What's up, gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. So in this one, I'm going to break down a red pill narrative that a lot of men cling onto, especially when dating isn't going well for them. And this is going to be very controversial because people use this as a comfort narrative to feel like, well, I'm not winning in dating, but at least in the end, I'm going to win. And the narrative will go like this. Women spend their best years, their 20s, partying, hooking up, chasing chats, and always ignoring the nice guys. And then they hit their 30s, their looks will fade, their options will dry up, and they will end up being alone and childless and miserable and with wine bottles and cats around them and a corporate gig, and that's it. And basically the hidden message behind this for men is, well, even if you're right now losing and you're not going on any dates with women you really like, you're still going to win in the end, even if you do nothing. And that's why men love this narrative, not because it's accurate, but because it's comforting to them. Because of course, no man out there likes to be rejected and to feel like he is invisible to women. It hurts the ego and makes men frustrated, and that's why this whole narrative that they will win in the end, it gives them relief. It will basically be framed as, well, justice is going to be served one day, and you're going to win even if you're not going to level up your attractiveness or level up your overall your market value as a man. It's basically a narrative that says you don't have to change today. You don't have to put in an effort. You just have to wait for like 5, 10, 15 years, and then you can just point your finger and just laugh at women, and then you're going to be cool. Like, you at least are going to have the last laugh, even if you're not getting results yourself. But if we look at this narrative closely, then we cannot do anything else but conclude that it's a bunch of BS. Because yes, we are seeing projections that large numbers of women in their 30s and 40s, they're going to be single, unmarried, and without kids in a few years from now. And guys that will follow a lot of red pill content creators, they will immediately think, well, she is single, she's unmarried, she has no kids, so she must be miserable. But think about it, if they are really so miserable being alone, then why don't they just grab someone off the market? Because for a woman to snatch someone off the market, it's not going to be difficult. She just has to go on a dating app, and even if she is not that good looking, there's going to be some guy out there willing to put a ring on her finger. But these women are not doing that because they are totally fine without someone. Women nowadays prefer to stay alone over being with a guy that they do not even desire deeply. And it has nothing to do with feminism or hate towards men or all of that kind of nonsense. It just simply has to do with that women do not need men for survival anymore. And that's why nowadays women only want men if the man really adds something real to her life. That man really has to bring some excitement. So that man has to be attractive. There needs to be sexual chemistry. And that guy needs to be able to give her a roller coaster of emotions. But the truth is that most men nowadays are not providing that to women. Because most men are boring and they don't create any emotion whatsoever. They are not good in bed, and they also do not understand women's psychology. So when a woman sees all of these offers out there of these guys that are just not that attractive, she's like, well, my life is cool. I don't need to have a guy. It's better to stay single if these men are my options. And the truth is that women will not feel bad about it. And these women will also still get laid here and there, even if commitment and a relationship is not on the table for them. And even if she rejected you 10 years ago, she is not going to think, well, I really regret rejecting him at that time. So women are going to be fine even if they're not going to be in a relationship with someone that they really desire. But now let's talk about men, because this is where the whole narrative is going to collapse. Because men do not suffer the same way when they are single. Men's need for sex is way higher than that of women. And sexual frustration is real for men. Because it affects your mood, your productivity, your confidence, your social behavior, and just how you feel about yourself. And you can have money and a great family and all kinds of possessions and all of that stuff. But if you do not have a great dating life, then all of it is going to be useless. You're going to be miserable. And that is just biology, but men don't want to admit it because that means that the comforting narrative is falling apart. And it basically means that even that woman that rejected you 10, 15, 20 years ago, she's going to be totally fine. She's not going to think about you. And that you will basically have to start taking radical responsibility for your dating results. Because there is no other way for you to start winning in dating. The only men that get a great dating life that is really fulfilling for them are the men that are going to put in the work to become that most attractive version of themselves. Time is not going to solve this issue for you. You need to take action. And that's why men in 2026 need to stop falling for these comforting narratives. Because these comforting narratives, they remove the urgency of you actually taking action. You can just sit around, you can wait, and especially consume more content. Because all of these narratives and ideologies, they are telling to men, well, you don't have to act right now. You can wait. You know, you do not have to risk rejection. You do not have to change. All of that's like, it's not necessary for you. And that's why I will tell you guys that you have to stop hoping that someone out there is going to save you. Time is not going to do the work for you. Revenge fantasies or narratives around the wall and all of that nonsense. And that is not meant to make you guys feel bad or to even shame you or anything like that. It's for you guys to wake up and to start taking action, because the only thing that you can do. Now, if you realize that you have to stop falling for these comforting narratives and that you really need to start leveling up in order for you to start winning, then you can book a call with me with the link in the bio. And then I can help you to get your dating life together in the next few months. And then you won't have to ever listen to a comforting narrative anymore. All of that stuff will be unnecessary because you will be going on dates, you will be getting laid, and you will feel great. You will become much happier because you're going on dates and you're crushing it. So that's it. Subscribe to the channel and peace.